Greetings, my fellow YouTubers. I'm Doyle, aka the Big D of Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. Back again with another anniversary review, and this time around, it's the 1984 fantasy adventure. I just finished watching this, The NeverEnding Story. Yes, I just finished watching it. This is a very good movie, actually. Now, I remember growing up with this flick as a kid, and I have learned that according to my source here, as I'm reading this from from the other kind of source I can get my information from while I'm doing the vids. This was the first installment of a film series based on the book of the same name. Now, this film actually adapts only the first half of the book, and consequently doesn't convey the message of the title as it was portrayed in the book, unfortunately. The second half was subsequently used on as a rough basis for the second film, which was 1990's NeverEnding Story 2, The Next Chapter, but unfortunately that was kind of a big disappointment, and the same went with the third film, which that of course was 1994's NeverEnding Story 3, Escape from Fantasia. Yeah, that was also a disappointment, but however, I like this movie more. I've probably only seen bits and pieces of the other two. I know those two weren't well received, but this one was, though. Anyway, I think you'll really love this movie if you watch it. But anyway, I'll explain. Anyway, it's about this young boy named Bastian Balthazar Brooks, played by Barrett Oliver. Most people might remember him from films like Daryl, or even the original Frankenweenie, which actually was released the same year this was, in 1984. Well, he was just a shy and outcast bibliophile 10-year-old raised by his widowed father, played by Gerald McRaney, who, of course, was already big at the time because he was on TV's Simon and Simon. But apparently, on his way to school, he hides from the bullies he's been encountering, and in a bookstore, eventually interrupting the grumpy bookseller. He asks about one of the books he sees, called The NeverEnding Story. But however, the bookseller advises against it. But with his curiosity piqued, Bastian seizes the book, leaving a note promising to return it, and hides in the school's attic to read. Anyway, the NeverEnding Story's ability describes the fantasy world of Fantasia, and is slowly being devoured by a malevolent force called the Nothing. And its ruler, the childlike Empress, has fallen ill. So, a young warrior named Atreyu is tasked to discover the cure. Believing that if he helps the childlike Empress find the cure, then the Nothing will no longer be a threat. Anyway, during his quest, the Nothing sends out a wolf-like creature called Gamork. Yeah. Now, Atreyu's quest directs him to several types of mysterious creatures you'll really enjoy seeing. There's Morla, the Ancient One, a big turtle-like creature in the Swamps of Sadness. Let me see now. And of course, probably the one character I had been familiar with than any other, That being Falcor, this here big white furry scaly luck dragon they call him. Anyway, and there takes him to meet these two gnomes, and explain to Naeus that Etrio has to face various trials before reaching the Southern Oracle. But anyway, I'm not going to give too much of the story away, because if you've never seen this movie, I advise you to stop this vid, as I will give just a tiny bit of heads up. Nah, I'm just kidding. I know some of y'all probably may or may not have seen it, so I'm not going to give much of other stuff away. But you will get to see all sorts of amazing characters in this. This is a great movie, a great story with great characters. Now, the rest of the cast in the movie includes, as Atreyu is Noah Hathaway, Tammy Stronach as the childlike empress. Let's see. Well, there's some other names in here. Moses Gunn, who I believe I remember him from, well, some of the old blaxploitation flicks of the 70s. He plays a servant of the empress named Chiron. And Alan Oppenheimer, world famous voiceover, who is currently voicing the bony-faced Skeletor on He-Man: The Masters of the Universe at the time, voiced Falcor as well as Gamork, and another big character you will definitely like seeing, the Rockbiter. Let's see. Thomas Hill as the grumpy bookseller, Carl Conrad Coriander. And then there's Teeny Weeny, a messenger riding on a racing snail, and he's played by Deep Roy, who would later become popular for playing every single Oompa Loompa in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. But anyway, oh yeah, there's also a great soundtrack to the movie as well. Including its theme song, which was done by Christopher Hamill, better known as Lamal, once the lead singer of the old 80s pop rock band Kajagoogoo. You may know them from the song Too Shy, along with Beth Anderson. That song was actually a big hit, actually. It was a minor hit on the Billboard Hot 100, reaching the top 20 and made the top 10 on the adult contemporary chart. But anyway, that's all there is to it. I think you'll love this movie. The movie, which was originally from Warner. You can find this on DVD. I'm sure you can. And let's see. And it's also on Blu-ray. So if you've never seen the NeverEnding Story, I would highly recommend you see it. You will definitely love this. Believe me, if you're into some of this fancy stuff like Lord of the Rings or maybe kind of a pre-Harry Potter type thing, well, there's not much wizardry and what have you. I'm just doing that for fun. Or if you like the Dark Crystal or maybe even Willow, you'll definitely love the NeverEnding Story. You won't be disappointed. But forget the sequels, though. Those weren't really well received. I think the first one's the best of them all. Oh yeah, there was also an animated series. I've never seen it, though, but I do know that I think it came close to being like it, because I did see maybe bits and clips and what have you of it, but I don't remember. But anyway, if you've seen the NeverEnding Story, please tell me what you thought about it in the comments section. Like and subscribe to my channel. And I want to thank you for watching. Tune in again tomorrow when I do have another anniversary review, and that will be on the cult classic UHF. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.